AJ Styles,
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is BrettO Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review, episode 127, and this is where we go over Raw and Smackdown in a setup style. We're going to start off on Monday Night Raw. Really insane ending, I gotta admit, really insane ending to the show, but I have a huge gripe with how they did the ending. I will get into it, but before we do, big shout out to my boy Logan down in Florida. Thanks so much for watching the videos, keeping up with the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Shout out to him, and let's get in to the Week in Review setup. Starting off over here with the super duper garbage Eva Marie versus Dewdrop for like the fourth time now. Oh my god. This is so crap. Like, please just end this garbage. Eva Marie Dewdrop. Nobody wants to see this match. Nobody wanted to see this match. Just end it already. Dewdrop squashed Eva Marie. Who cares? Who cares whatsoever? Complete trash. Complete trash. Shayna Baszler, Charlotte, one-on-one. This match was alright. I'm a fan of Shayna Baszler. I've always have been. Charlotte, she's same old with her all the time. Every single week. Same thing. I'm the queen. This, that. I'm the champion. This, that. I'm the best. It's just so old. So worn out. I'm tired of Charlotte. I'm a fan of Shayna Baszler. The match was alright. In the end, Nia Jax distracted Shayna Baszler because there's been some controversy between these two. And yeah, that was kind of lame. And then from that distraction, Charlotte was able to pick up the victory and retain, or not retain, just win the match over Shayna Baszler. But then after the match, Alexa Bliss made an appearance on the Titantron and then appearing in the ring, giving Charlotte a gift. It was actually a Lily doll, but just that looked like Charlotte. I thought that was kind of dumb. Charlotte basically just said, yeah, I don't need no doll or this or in this. I'm just like, oh, this is so dumb. I'm not a fan of the Alexa Bliss garbage. It's a ripoff of Bray Wyatt. Nowhere near as good as him either. Moving over here was Ali and Monsoor and the New Day going up against almost AJ Styles and Mason T-Bar. This match was lame. It was an 8-man tag team match. Normally the 8-man tag team matches are dominated by SmackDown. SmackDown's really good when it comes to those big tag team matches. Raw is not as good when it comes to the big tag matches. Just super lame. In the end, the whole thing was, when is Omos gonna get tagged in? Oh, he gets tagged in and just destroys everyone. Monsoor and freaking Ali just destroys them. He's so overpowered. Like, literally, that dude is so annoying. But yeah, he just destroys everybody, wins the match for the team. Like, okay, that's something we haven't seen. Oh my gosh, haven't seen Omos destroy anybody before. It was just same old. Moving over here, we had just a spur of matches here. It was Nikki Cross versus Tamina. Nikki Cross won, and then it was Rhea Ripley versus Natalya, and I believe Rhea Ripley won. I honestly forgot, to be honest. So boring. But Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley were the ultimate just reigners of the ring. They were the ones who were on top in the end of it all when Natalya and Tamina were retreating with the titles. You gotta think that Super Brutality is going to be getting their tag team championship opportunity in the future, but I honestly could care less. It's boring in my opinion. Moving over here was the Viking Raiders and Drew McIntyre against Jinder Mahal, Veer and Shanky again. Oh my god, haven't seen this already. More repetitiveness that I could care less about. In the end, literally, we've seen this multiple times. Drew McIntyre with the Claymore again to Shanky. Nobody else. He never hits Veer. He never hits Jinder with the Claymore. Only Shanky. Why? I don't understand. But anyways, Drew and the Viking idiots ended up winning the match. It was boring. Couldn't care less. Moving over here, it was Jeff Hardy versus Damien Priest for the United States Championship. This match kind of came out of nowhere, but once I heard it was for the United States title, I'm like, oh yeah, Jeff Hardy's definitely losing. They're definitely not going to try anything different here, giving that title to Jeff. There's absolutely no way. Jeff will never win another title in WWE. I guarantee it. Until his contract runs out. I guarantee it. But yeah, it was a decent match. I'm not even going to lie. It was a pretty decent match. Damian Priest ended up picking up the victory, but then Sheamus was on commentary right after the match. He rushed the ring and just started attacking Damian Priest and Jeff Hardy, but then Damian Priest ultimately sent him out of the ring and then had some respect for Jeff Hardy and all that. But yeah, just some more build-up for Sheamus versus Priest at Extreme Rules. Ought to be good. I would assume that Damian Priest is going to retain the United States Championship there, but you never know. Moving over here, main event of the show, it was Bobby Lashley versus Randy Orton. I was really looking forward to this match. This match, I believe, was supposed to be Extreme Rules, but they moved it here to Monday Night Raw, and I found that very, very odd. But yes, it was the main event of the show, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, WWE Championship. It was an okay match, nothing special. I like to call him Boring Bobby. He does the same thing every week. Comes out, looks all tough, has a match, boom, that's it. Very lame. But yes, Boring Bobby ended up picking up the victory with a very wimpy spear on Randy Orton. I hated to see Randy Orton get pinned, by the way. I was not a fan of that whatsoever. But yes, Randy did get pinned. Riddle was on ringside and all that. But then right after the match, Big E's music hits. And I wish I could say this was a surprise to me. But it wasn't. This wasn't a surprise. He announced that he was going to be cashing in his Money in the Bank contract tonight on Raw. He said he was going to cash it in. Who does that? This could have been so much better if he wouldn't have said anything. Even in the beginning of the show, he's like, I fully intend on cashing in my Money in the Bank contract. I'm like, okay. Thanks for spoiling the ending. I don't even know what to think about this. Super cool. But Big E ends up pinning Bobby Lashley with the big ending and becoming WWE Champion. Insane. Oh my God. But he told us he was going to do that. What? Why would you do that? It would have been way cooler if they would have just had the match, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, no Big E in the beginning of the show, and just have Big E's music hit. Just have it hit. No build-up whatsoever. Have his music hit, have him come out and beat Bobby Lashley. That would have been 10 billion times better. Oh my God. But yes, it's still very insane to see Big E as champion. I think it's cool. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the WWE Championship. Because him with the IC title, he didn't really do much with the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not even going to lie. So hopefully he could change things up. Do something special with the WWE World title. But yeah, what a moment. Big E becoming champion very much reminded me of Kofi Kingston becoming champion at WrestleMania 35. Very much reminded me of that. But yeah, it was pretty cool nonetheless. I just wish they would not have I wish Big E wouldn't have told us that he was intending on cashing it. It would have made it 10 billion times better. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. Sorry, 2 out of 5 for Raw. Only because Big E's WWE Champion. Everything else was super boring in my opinion. Jumping over here to SmackDown, we are going to jump right into it. SmackDown was okay. It wasn't the best. It kind of dragged. Like, the show moved quick, but dang, it took the superstars a fat minute to get their point across. Seth Rollins. But yeah, we're in a insanely wacky promo in the end. We're going to talk about it right now. Let's do it. Opening up the show, we had this really cool encounter between Big E and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, of course, opening the show, and then he started talking trash. Big E's music hits. I'm like, what? No way. The new WWE Champion already making his presence felt on SmackDown. How cool is that? So he's not, I wouldn't consider him a full Raw superstar yet. So that's awesome that he could go to both brands. But yeah, I thought that was really cool seeing the Universal Champion and the WWE Champion face to face. It's given me glimpses of Survivor Series. I really hope Big E remains champion and Roman Reigns. I'm just really looking forward to this match if it happens at Survivor Series. But anyways, yes, Finn Balor. Finn Balor pops out and the Usos are of course out there. I'm like, ooh, what is this going to turn into? So it turned into a tag team match. Finn Balor and Big E versus the Usos. I thought this was a great opener match for the show. I think it would have worked as a pretty good main event as well. But yeah, it was a great opening match. In the end, we saw Finn Balor and Big E hit their finishers consecutively at the same time. Finn Balor delivered the coup de grace as Big E delivered the big ending, and Big E was able to pick up the pin for his match. I thought that was really cool. Him pinning, I believe it might have been Jimmy Uso. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, it was a fun tag team match. Finn and Big E working pretty well together. It was pretty cool. Then later in the show, Roman Reigns, he had a his orders set out to the Usos. He told the Usos to go attack Big E backstage. They did just that. So you gotta think that's just building more towards Survivor Series. November is not that far away. So that is definitely going to be epic. And of course, also later in the show, when we're on the topic of that opening match, the Demon King kind of made his presence felt. He was like a backstage promo, Finn Balor talking about like the origins of the demon. I'm like, oh, this is going to be pretty cool. He was talking about how his family were railroad workers and he is not supposed to be here in the pro wrestling business, but he's here because he chose that path. And then he talks about the inner demons that he has and how Roman Reigns and the Usos are fueling that demon by talking down on him and doing all this crap and bullying him. So he brings out the demon and they do this wicked, WWE, they do this wicked, I'm telling you, wicked animation with the regular Finn Balor like this turning into this. And I thought it was so freaking epic, dude. I'm like, that was wicked. If you guys didn't see it, I definitely recommend checking that out on WWE's YouTube channel. I thought it was epic. Moving over here, it was Robert Roode versus Rick Boogs. And it was lame. Rick Boogs picked up the victory with his little maneuver that he does, like the power slam maneuver. He beat Bobby Roode. I'm like, no! Why aren't we having a Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode one-on-one rivalry? Have Robert Roode turn on Ziggler, make Ziggler the babyface. I keep saying it. Why aren't they doing it? But yes, anyways. Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura won the match. They went to celebrate by Pat McAfee on the announcer's table, which is getting really old, I have to add. And it got cut short. Apollo Crews and the Commander Idiot attack Shinsuke and Rick Boogs, Commander Aziz, obviously. But yes, they attack him, and then Apollo's like, I want another IC title rematch. So next week on SmackDown, we're going to see Apollo versus Shinsuke for the IC title. And it should be pretty good. Moving over here, as far as this all goes, though, wasn't a fan. Moving over here, it was Seth Rollins. In a promo, he come out talking about how it's not his fault about what happened with Edge last week. It is the fans' fault. It is the people at home. The people pushing Edge to his limit, wanting to keep on fighting Seth Rollins. It is their fault that his neck is re-injured. But yes, Beth Phoenix did say that Edge is home recuperating, so he's more than likely going to be making an in-ring return. Seth Rollins knows that, so he's going to want another match with him. He said he's not done with Edge, which I think is awesome because they have kick butt matches every single time. SummerSlam, last week on SmackDown. Both amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely down to see another match with them. Glad that's not over, I gotta be honest. Moving over here, oh, this was so lame. Sami Zayn versus Dominik Mysterio one-on-one. And yeah, Dominik, he went for the frog splash. Sami got the knees up, pinned him, and then taunted, and then Sami just taunted Rey Mysterio on the outside. I'm like, this is so lame. What are they doing? This is so freaking lame. I don't even know how they could fix that, but it's so boring. Moving over here, it was the re-debut of Toni Storm. She kind of already did a debut match a couple months ago, I believe. I believe she did, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, she did a tag team match here with Liv Morgan. They went up against Carmella and Selena Vega, and I guess Carmella she broke her nose. Broken finger, by the way. Check it out. Boom. But yeah, she broke her nose and she just got counted out. I was like, this is stupid. And then Liv Morgan grabs a microphone and she's like, you know what? I want to challenge you at Extreme Rules. And then Selena's like, before you challenge her, you're going to take me on next week on SmackDown. I'm like, okay, a bunch of crap I'm not excited for. Great. Moving over here, something that I kind of was excited for. Kevin Owens versus Happy Corbin. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get a one-on-one match already? This is going to be epic. And then I'm like, oh. Corbin attacks him during his entrance, and I'm like, oh, are they going to do a match where Kevin Owens is injured, but they're still going to do the match? No, they just didn't give us the match. Freaking WWE. He attacks him before the match, sends him into the apron, similar to a move like this, and then he walks away. I'm like, come on, how lame. We could have an amazing match. Corbin, Kevin Owens. Why is my camera focusing? Corbin, Kevin Owens, but they didn't give it to us. I thought that was stupid. Moving over here, this was some crazy crap right here. This was so out of the ordinary. Kane, dude. They were in Knoxville, Tennessee, of course. Kane is some sort of mayor down there, for a county down there or something. And he pops out, caught me insanely off guard. I hear Kane's music. I'm like, oh my god, Kane? What the crap is he doing out here? Are they bringing back the director of operations? What is going on? And then I'm like, oh yeah, they're in Tennessee. That's why. And then he enters Bianca Belair out. I'm like, no, the spotlight's not on Kane anymore. So that was a little disappointing. And then Kane gave her the key to the city or something, and I'm like, oh, this is getting so worn out. What is going on? They had a bunch of pictures of Bianca Belair. I tried to replicate it with the creation of Kevin, if you guys are enjoying that. Hopefully you are. I know I am. And then Becky Lynch interrupts it. She's like, oh, this is your night. Not trying to interrupt it, even though I just did. And then Bianca Belair just picks her up and does her freaking maneuver on her. I'm like, this was so dumb. What the crap? It was so just random. Kane, a gigantic key, pictures of Bianca Belair all over ringside. Just so random, and I hated it. It was so bad. But yeah, that was SmackDown. Setup style, very odd show. I thought the beginning was so cool. When I saw this, Biggie and Reigns face to face, I'm like, oh, we're in for a good show. This is going to be epic. I love that. I love this animation with Finn Balor. I thought that was epic. But everything else was just okay. But yeah, so SmackDown's gonna get a 2 out of 5 from me this week. It wasn't the best show. I thought it was kind of boring. It dragged a little bit. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live out.